Hey, everybody, welcome to Monday Night Live in Lexington, you guys. My name is Kathryn Kauffman, and I'm a psychic medium here in Lexington, Kentucky. Welcome to my every Monday night show. This is where we discuss what and who we are in this journey called life. Before we get started, let's
Good
check in
evening.
with David and see what's for dinner, David.
Tonight we're going to go to the land of the original cowboys in Argentina, and we're going to have a nice steak with some homemade chimichurri sauce, which I'm getting ready to make right now, and some lovely fluffy baked potatoes. Hence the
So,
cowboy hat.
this might be a quick show, especially if I start smelling that aroma and I decide to cut it short.
Well, I'll be grilling outside.
All right. Well, I'll see you in a little bit, David.
Good night.
Good night. Welcome to the show, everybody. Hey to Yasmin over here on YouTube and Laura Day on Facebook. Hey to Lucy over here on Instagram. Good to see you guys tonight. This is a really important show, I think, especially for everyday people who have always wondered about how does a chicken know to reincarnate into a chicken, or how does a cat know to reincarnate into a cat? Like, how does that occur? And what causes a change in the reincarnation state? Um, so, the first thing that we have to go into, and if you guys have any questions at all, please feel free to put them in the comments section because I get a lot of requests and questions about reincarnation because in our society we really don't know that much about it. And so it's kind of important to know what your life state is at, like what's your vibrational level, what's your evolutionary level, because um, the way that I'm going to describe it and, you know, the way that we're going to go into it kind of explains why and how uh, when you try to evolve your energy, how important that is to do while you're in this uh, incarnation. Okay, so if you have any questions, just stop me and I will watch the comments to make sure that I'm not missing any type of questions. So, reincarnation and vibration. The vibration is the most important key to this, and we're going to look. The first thing that we're going to look at is called cymatics, and some people call it cymatics. It's Cymatics, and it's the physics or the study of wave function phenomena, sound. Um, it's the study of vibrational phenomena, basically. Now, I want to let you look at this. This picture is is a formation strictly formed by sound, and you can see from the picture that there's a specific pattern here. Okay, so certain frequencies or vibrations will produce individualized um, phenomena that you're looking at right here. And so the sounds and vibration create this pattern. And the pattern that we're talking about is the what we call a morphogenic field. And so that is the structure of either the person or the thing has a the energy pattern behind this shell has a vibration that's specific to producing that particular pattern. Okay. So the vibration of an animal is very different from the vibration of a person. And, there's a lot of pictures and documentation on the internet about reincarnation and how people will look similar from life to life. And I think it is because of this pattern. The vibration of the person produces a specific pattern that creates the physical form. Hey to Judith, good to see you tonight. And so, and part of it is because of this, I call it cymatics, which is this vibrational phenomena that we're looking at in the picture next to me. Now, when a person reincarnates, why do they reincarnate into a specific area or specific family? And why do some people, um, why can they not reincarnate into a higher evolved type of situation? So, and that again has to do with the oscillatory pattern of their essence. Like, for example, if you're a country person and you walk into a room and there's a lot of city people there and maybe a few country people over in the corner, pretty much you can feel, okay, those are some people I can go and talk to, and their energy gives off a familiar vibration. And so you feel comfortable with them. When you incarnate into a certain situation, you're incarnating into a similar frequency of the situation that you just left, especially if you haven't taken steps to evolve past that level that you're at. And so some people can't overcome, maybe they can't overcome their poverty, maybe they can't overcome their circumstances because they don't take steps to evolve the vibration so that it matches a different frequency after they pass and they're ready for an incarnation, another incarnation. Hey to Angela Atkins, good to see you tonight. And so that's where we get into the law of attraction and entrainment, because whatever, in the law of attraction, like attracts like. And so if you're on a certain level and a certain vibration, that's the thing that you're going to be attracted to or you're going to gravitate to as a vibrational being. But if you want to improve that and use that next incarnation to evolve, you have to raise your vibrations up to a certain level in order to match a different type of oscillatory pattern. Now, here's some really unique theories. Most of the theories about morphogenic fields were developed by Dr. Rupert Sheldrake. And according to his hypothesis of formation and causation, all self organizing systems, including crystals, plants, and animals, contain an inherent memory given by the process called morphic resonance from previous similar systems, all humans being drawn upon a collective human memory and in turn contribute to it. Even individual memory depends on morphic resonance rather than on physical memory traces stored within the brain. So what he's saying is that there's a shape resonance that's in this human being memory that causes us to incarnate into other humans rather than other types of physical things. Okay, so the hypothesis they are saying is testable experimentally and implies that the so-called laws of nature are more like habits. And habits are sort of subconscious. You go about your day according to your habits and you don't really have to think about it because that energetic layout is already set down. And I hope I'm making sense here. And so the vibration is already kind of laid out in your essence. And if you don't take steps to raise that vibration and to cause it to elevate some to a higher level, you're going to stay at the same kind of state, incarnating into the same situations. And sometimes we don't want that. Sometimes we want to improve our situation. Maybe we want to incarnate into a better life circumstance. And so, one of the ways that you can do that through this lifetime is to take evolutionary steps to increase your vibration. And part of that is becoming aware of the how you affect the people that you're with, or how you affect your environment. Maybe that person that you talk to on the phone about a bill, maybe your interaction with them can either cause them to have a good or a bad day. And we need to think about those things, like the person that you're talking to on the phone about a bill. They're just a little cog in the wheel. And yes, you may be tempted to take out your frustrations on that person, but that's really a negative karma effect if you do that. But if you become aware and you raise your vibration and you realize, this person is struggling just as much as I am, and give them a little compassion, you're number one, you're going to find that they'll work with you more, they'll work with you more easily. Number two, you're not going to cause a negative karmic effect by giving them a bad day from your energy overflowing onto into their space. But you're also going to raise your vibration by coming up a little bit further up and understanding, being aware of the bigger picture and the bigger situation. Hey to John over here on Instagram, good to see you. So another thing that Dr. Sheldrake was talking about is morphic resonance works through what we call morphic fields, or when we're incarnating, it's a morphogenic field, or the beginning of the morphic field. And so what he's saying is, which this organizes the bodies of plants, animals through vibratory patterns and underlie their abilities to regenerate and heal after damage. So the perfect example of this is, for example, when you resect a part of your own liver, the liver will work to regenerate that part that you've removed. And so your body has this ability to regenerate and heal itself after damage. But how does it know to regenerate that piece as it was before it was resected? And that is locked in this morphogenic field, or the morphic field of that organ. And by the way, that's the only organ that I know of in the body that has that capability to regenerate itself. And there are lots of animals, um, they're specifically oceanic type of creatures, that if you cut one of the appendages off of these oceanic creatures, that they will regenerate that particular appendage in its exact form. And it's because the energy that generated it in the first place still exists, and the energy, or the oscillatory system, produces an exact replica, because the energy holds a pattern. It holds this specific sequence, like you're seeing here, that produces the physical attachment. So, now also another thing that Dr. Sheldrake was looking into was that morphic fields also coordinate the vibratory activities of the nervous system and are closely related and connected to mental activity. And so when you evolve, the first step that has to be done is to evolve the thoughts, and then the physical will follow through with that, or follow through. Thank you, Amber. She says, very nice explanation. This is sort of complicated, and I tried to cut it down to where because it's a lot of quantum physics, I wanted it to be understandable, and I wanted you to be able to take in the importance of raising the vibration of your personal essence in this lifetime so that it can affect the next lifetime in a more positive space. And so, the awareness of how your energy affects other people is super, super important. You need to be aware that you may be leaving people out that need to be included. You need to be aware of how your energy affects other people that you communicate with through the day. Every little thing that you say, or maybe things that you don't say, can really go a long way in whether or not you're expanding your awareness, or whether or not you're being constricted maybe by a selfish focus and not being able to see the entire picture of how your energy affects everyone around you. So Tiffany says, do we reincarnate, and if if you are reincarnate, can it be anything? No, that's kind of what the show is about, Tiffany, is your vibration and your essence has a specific pattern. And just like this form that you're seeing to my side here, this form was actually created through a particular oscillatory sound. And it's the oscillation energy of your essence that matches a human shape and form. Unless you take specific steps to evolve past that, because in mediumships, I have done some mediumships where humans have done such great work with either their families or their friends and family from the other side that they've actually evolved into more of an angelic type of creature. And so that essence has raised, that oscillation has raised to a point where they would not match a human form to try to reincarnate. And Tiffany, there are thousands upon tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of documented cases of reincarnation that it's pretty well proven that yes, we do reincarnate. And there's so many documented cases that uh, I don't know how you could refute it. I guess there's always a section of people that can refute that, but um, if you go and you look at the documented cases and how specific they are as to the person who's reincarnated could never have known the intimate details of the other life that other person had that they feel like they were. It's just unbelievable that it could be coincidence. There's just no other explanation for it. So there's just so many documented cases. Hey, to my daughter-in-law, Brooke Yule Lawrence. Good to see you on here tonight. Yes, it is very interesting. Because I'd always wondered about, how does a cat know to reincarnate into a cat? Why doesn't it reincarnate into a dog? But Morphogenic Fields kind of really explains that. And then when I studied the new science of cymatics or cymatics, that kind of sealed the deal for me in that our energy produces the form, and that creates the incarnation. And so, one thing I will suggest that everybody do is to study as much as you can on trying to evolve the energy that you hold inside the physical shell and trying to get past your limitations, trying to see beyond the level that you're at, trying to expand, trying to level up so that the next incarnation can take you into a better existence and really be a benefit to you for the future. Tiffany, I hope that answered your questions. And, and now it's time to get upstairs and help David with dinner. I hope you guys have a fabulous week. As always, I'm open for questions. If you want to ask me questions after the show, like if you're tuning in on the rewind and you want to ask a question, go ahead and put it in the comments because I go back and look at those. And if you want to private message me a question about the show on uh, Facebook or on YouTube, please feel free to do that. And Tiffany says, I've always believed in reincarnation before I knew what it was, and I've heard stories of my past life. Yeah. One of the things that I wanted to say about reincarnation is, and a special shout out to Mick Gillicuddy. We love you too. Can't do without you. Love you bunches. But anyway, back to the reincarnation. Um, a lot of people get really hung up on their past. What did they do in a past life, and what were they in a past life? Oh, Angela says, I've loved your daily TikTok videos. So if you guys want a daily moon influence, I have videos posted on TikTok and Facebook that give you like a daily moon astrological forecast. And they're super helpful in trying to figure out what the influences are for the day. Back to reincarnation, though. Everybody gets hung up on their past lives and everything. It's a past life for a reason. It's nice to know about, but don't try to go back to that energy. It's sort of, I hate to say this, but it's sort of like dirty underwear. You've worn it. Put it in the hamper and get rid of it. And let's move on. Let's level up. Let's go that way. Don't go back. Don't go back to get caught up in who you were in the past. And, it can explain a lot of things about how come you like certain things, how come you have food preferences, but don't try to go back. Go forward. Go forward and go up. That's what I say. Special shout out to Rob. Good to see you tonight. And so, kisses from Kentucky. And I will see you next week. And don't forget, Fun Friday's coming up this Friday. And in the meantime, if anybody has any questions, hit them up in the comment section. And I hope you guys have a fabulous week and tune in for the daily influences. Later, guys.